Brics advocates for a full Brics advocates for full membership of the African countries to be in the UN Security Council to get 2 permanent seats, and that is stipulated in its declaration that was just released after the Kazan summit of Brics Summit 2024 is concluded. But the question is Brics using the same principle of equal partnership and representations when it comes to for countries who are applying to be a member of Brics? Or is it repeating the same mistake of the United Nations Security Council veto power by becoming a hypocrite? That's something I would like to look at in this video. Now, you tune in really as I unpack this. Why do I say this? Recently, the highly anticipated Brics expansions, in which Pakistan and Venezuela will be the new addition of Brics members, is vetoed by India and Brazil. India vetoed Pakistan's bid to be Brics member or to join Brics, and Brazil vetoed Venezuela's bid to join Brics. Now, this has a long analysis why this happened, because there's an ongoing conflict and back and forth and war of words between India and Pakistan and between Brazil and Venezuela. But the important thing that what we should pay attention is Brics becoming or repeating the same mistake what we have seen in the United Nations Security Council veto power? If so, then it's becoming everything against what it is established for. Let me go in detail why India is vetoing Pakistan's bid and then also Brazil's against Venezuela, and then I would come back on the comparison between Brics and the United Nations Security Council veto power, how they are working and what is stipulated also in their declaration. Now, Brazil vetoed Venezuela's bid, and this was all over the publication in the articles of Venezuela. This here was what Brazilian's Foreign Minister Mauro Vieira said. He stated that the leading Brics countries have reached a consensus on the in quotation criteria and principles that will guide the bloc's future expansion. He made this announcement during this the Kazan Brics summit in Russia during a press conference. In quotation, here is what he said: the discussion focused on the criteria and principles for future Brics expansion. Currently, there are 10 member countries. I think he meant 9 because there are 9, but there will be more in the future. These principles and criteria have been discussed, approved, and agreed upon. He also added, this has been our primary task in recent days, led by the Sherpas. Regarding the list of new members, consultations will begin soon. The Russian presidency will consult with each member country, and we will announce the countries, if not by the end of the year, then next year. But in any case, now the summit has been concluded, and there are 13 countries that are added to Brics only as a partner states, which means that they have no equal power with the founding members. So these are from Asia, for example, it's Malaysia, Thailand, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Indonesia and Vietnam, actually. So Pakistan was expected but did not join, and also from South America, Venezuela was expected, but it was only Bolivia that made it to these partner states of Brics. Now, why India is also blocking Pakistan? Look, now Pakistan, it was really highly expected because the foreign minister of Russia has visited Pakistan prior to this summit. Now, Pakistan's attempt to join Brics hit a roadblock when it was not named as a partner country in the group's expansion. Now, India's opposition is seen as a key reason for Pakistan's exclusion from the emerging collective representing the global south. Now, they have this ongoing dispute, India and Pakistan, with a city called Kashmir. And the thing is that, this comes as a result of, again, colonization. During the colonial era time, Britain was colonizing the whole area, India or the now Pakistan, both of them. But when Britain left, it has divided the countries into two. The Muslim majority became Pakistan and the Hindu majority became India. Same thing like they have been doing in Africa. That this is how it is. They created borders, and still conflicts are ongoing even after independence. Now, India, as a founding member, alongside Brazil, Russia, China, and South Africa, has reportedly taken a firm stand against Pakistan's inclusion in the bloc. Since Brics operate on a consensus basis for admitting new members, India's stand could effectively block Pakistan's entry into the bloc, despite the support of some founding nations like Russia and China. Now, the word consensus is what you have to pay attention. This is exactly what the Brazilian foreign minister used, because he said there is a consensus in that principle, criteria and principle. And this is what now they are mentioning for how India is blocking Pakistan because of that criteria and principle and consensus. But consensus amongst who, made by who? That consensus is only by the founding members. It does not even add the 4 other members, like the newly added ones during the 2023 summit in South Africa, but formally added in the beginning of this year, which is you have Iran and United Arab Emirates, and then Ethiopia and Egypt. Argentina and Saudi Arabia have declined the inclusion or the acceptance into Brics. So this is how it's happening. So that consensus is in a way that this consensus equals to veto power. So if India says that, then that any country, if it's against India, or if they have no diplomatic relationship, or for whatever reason it is, then if one of the founding members say no, then it's a no. The same thing, Brazil is a founding member, so Brazil did because they have that ongoing feud or rift with Venezuela, then Brazil said no, and that's how Venezuela did not make it. As simple as that. If you don't call this veto power, then what do you call it? They call it consensus, but it's a veto power. A veto power that's not extended. That's not extended to other members that Brics is adding, and now actually they have separated and say partner states. So these partner states, they know that they are having less voice. I don't know on what they have settled, becoming a member. If they don't have equal power, but in any case, they are accepted as state partners. These are just, let me just go through them. From Africa, you have Algeria, Uganda, and Nigeria. From Europe, Eastern Europe, you have Belarus and then Turkey. From South America, we have Bolivia. From Caribbean, we have Cuba. And from Asia, as I said, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, and Malaysia. These are the 13 countries. Now let's go more in detail between the rift between India and Pakistan. Now, since Pakistan's leadership now had been optimistic that its close ties with these countries, with the founding members, might help secure membership, but India's apparent virtual veto dashed those hopes. It just flew away out of the window. Now, by seeking BRICS membership, Pakistan aimed to align with powerful global economies and elevate its standing with the global south. Many in Pakistan believed that joining BRICS could offer significant economic and diplomatic advantage because many of other things of what Pakistan needs is blocked by India. So India interfere in the internal affairs of Pakistan. However, now given the strained ties between India and Pakistan for the past 5 years, remarkably, it was unlikely that India would support Pakistan's inclusion, and that's exactly what they have done. This is what, look, India is ready to welcome, is in quotation, India is ready to welcome new countries into BRICS as a partner countries. In this regard, all decisions should be taken by consensus, and the views of BRICS founding members should be respected. The guiding principles, standards, criteria, and procedures adopted during the Johannesburg summit should be compiled with all members and partners, partner countries. The question is, what is that the Johannesburg declaration that set out the criteria and principles? I'm going to read that now for you. Let me see. Now, this is, look, the Johannesburg Declaration. Let me read it out for you. BRICS is the name of the partnership. Let me see. BRICS is the name of the partnership founded by Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRICS is an equal partnership. Mind the word, equal partnership, okay, of diverse countries with independent views. Since inception at foreign ministers level in 2006, the first BRICS summit in 2009, and expansion in 2010, BRICS has developed and evolved in the spirit of mutual respect and understanding, equality, solidarity, openness, inclusiveness, and consensus, mutually beneficial cooperation, and closer people-to-people exchanges. BRICS member states have developed shared values and common interests that underlie mutually beneficial cooperation and a shared vision for a better world. All decisions are taken by BRICS member states in full consultation and consensus. BRICS member states agreed on the guiding principles, standards, criteria, and procedures for BRICS membership expansion during the 23 BRICS summit in Johannesburg, South Africa, from 22 to 24 August 2023. Now, more in detail, what are the standard and criteria for BRICS membership expansion? A new BRICS member state should, number one, align with guiding principles of BRICS, which I read above. Number two, contribute to the strengthening of BRICS to the strengthening, so you cannot go against. B, number 3, be an emerging or developing country with regional and strategic global influence. Number 4, align with founding values and principles of BRICS, including the spirit of solidarity, equality, mutual respect and understanding, openness, inclusiveness, mutual beneficial cooperation and consensus. Number 5, have diplomatic and friendly relations with all existing BRICS member states and should not impose non-United Nations Security Council authorized sanction on existing BRICS member states. So when UN try to veto or impose a sanction, those BRICS members cannot impose sanction. They cannot also abstain. They should go against completely. The last point, be committed to promoting international and regional peace and security, social and economic sustainable development, and global economic growth through enhanced trade and commercial and investment. So now this is the main point, align with founding values and principles, BRICS, including the spirit of solidarity, equality, mutual respect, understanding, openness, inclusiveness, mutual beneficial cooperation, and consensus. So if these founding members, the 5 of them, do not agree, then a country may apply for BRICS how many times, it doesn't matter, then it cannot be accepted. That's what happened to Venezuela. That's what happened to Pakistan. Now, if you look at the current declaration by, the Kazan declaration, here is what it reads. And this is why I say it's hypocrite. Recognizing the 2023 Johannesburg Declaration, we reaffirm our support for a comprehensive reform of the United Nations, including its Security Council, with a view to make it more democratic, representative, effective, and efficient, and to increase the representation of developing countries in the Council's membership so that it can adequately respond to prevailing global challenges and support the legitimate aspiration of emerging and developing countries from Africa, Asia, and Latin America, including BRICS countries, to play a greater role in international affairs, in particular in the United Nations, including its Security Council. We recognize the legitimate aspiration of African countries reflected in the Isluwini Consensus and Sirte Declaration. Now, the Isluwini Consensus of African Union is that the one that details and stipulates Africa's interest in having, or aspiration in having, a permanent membership at the United Nations Security Council. So BRICS is advocating for that. And it talks about also equal partnership. So the question is, does BRICS apply the same thing when it comes to itself? Is it applying that equal partnership and representations when countries apply to join BRICS? But the reality, it is not. It's simply repeating the mistake of the United Nations Security Council veto power, because the United Nations Security Council, just to remind you, the United Nations Security Council veto power is the power of the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, which is China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, and United States, to veto any decision other than a procedural decision. Now, what critics say about this is that the veto is the most undemocratic element of the United Nations, as well as the main cause of inaction on war crimes and crimes against humanity, as it effectively prevents United Nations action against the permanent member and their allies. They have the bigger say, and if it's something against them, the UN simply will not do. They are the ones who are running the show. And much more, it is the United States. Now, a central goal of the United Nations at its founding was to make sure the five great powers would continue working with the UN in order to avoid the lack of universality that had diminished the political strength of the League of Nations. League of Nations was what was prior to United Nations. Now, in one of their meetings in San Francisco, this is what they said. The Big Five made it clear that there would be no United Nations if they were not given the veto. So it simply is that what is translated, it was either the charter, the United Nations, with the veto power given to these five countries, or no charter at all. In fact, one of the US delegations who was at that meeting kind of tore the document up to say that we don't care about this if you do not give us the veto power. That's how dictators they were, and until now. Brics is just starting. Some of you might say that it's on initial stage, that not all powers should be given to the joining members, to the new additions. But if it started like this, then what is the guarantee it will not be like the United Nations Security Council, totally a dictator? It's a question. It's a question that you can ponder in, and reflect your view in the comment section. But from me, this is how I view it. Is I am questioning that is Brics becoming or repeating the mistake of the United Nations Security Council veto power by becoming a hypocrite? Let us know in the comment section your view. Thanks again for tuning in. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Share the video only if you find it informative enough. If you did not find it, then let us know also your critics, because that will help us to grow as well. Please also share the video with others. You may support us through our PayPal account, which you can find in the description section. Thank you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.